It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Niners and the Seahawks coming up next.
Renamed in late 2020, there's a look at Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and as we look at this matchup, every time there's something different to focus on. So I'll just ask you, what do you see here in this one?
Well, Rembrandt, you've given me a pretty blank canvas to focus on, haven't you? Yeah. Where do you think I'm going to go with this?
Secondary?
You know me well, right? In a game like this, it's always about the secondary. Can they handle the passing attack and make a few plays?
Now the Michigan man, Jake Moody, to get us started. And off we go from Seattle. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the third overall selection back in 2018 from USC. It's Sam Darnold.
And the thing with Sam Darnold is we know the skill set is there. May not be the most mobile or strongest arm quarterback in the league, but usually plays with really good poise, and at his best, like a point guard in basketball, able to move around and distribute the rock.
Darnold going to throw right away. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long. Here's Darnold. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And into the end zone, a pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, CD, these two teams barely off the buses, and this defense already has a sack and now the interception and the pick six to take the lead.
Partner, you'd have to think that this was part of their game plan coming in, because they wanted to embrace an aggressive mindset and attack on defense. They were trying to force that quick miscue, and I would say that their plan worked to perfection.
Jake Moody now for the point after. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. Faking the give, Darnold. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. Here's Darnold. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Jacob Cowing deep to receive it. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
This is what this man was born for, the big spotlight on a national stage like this. Really, his entire career, he's demonstrated incredible poise no matter what type of situation his team was in. No situation is too big for him, and you can tell in the way that he takes the field. His self-belief is evident, and he gets the job done in his mind each and every time.
Throwing here, Purdy. Open man, the former Gator. It's Ricky Pearsall. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Let's go.
Purdy off the play fake. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Purdy. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, 65 yards. And the 49ers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score. And then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Moody good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. First carry here for Ken Walker. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd down and 6 now. And going right back to Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
To throw is Darnold. And the Niners get there and bring him down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's taken to the 26. It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Niners offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 35.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. That's caught downfield by Kittle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Shotgun now with Purdy. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Once more, Purdy looking to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
From the 31, here's a second down and 6. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Nick Bosa, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get a big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Back to throw, Purdy.
Looking deep for Jennings.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Buying time to his left.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain. Now Purdy.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Let's go. Up the gut, McCaffrey.
Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. Purdy now to throw.
Completes it to Jennings. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
10 more there and another first down.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Purdy looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Here's Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
Partner, that's excellent timing right there. Breaking off the route and being able to hit it right when he stops.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
The missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off the drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
Steps away. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Nice job escaping the pocket. And boy, he took the shot downfield towards the end zone, didn't he? Trying to go for 6. It just wasn't there against that coverage. They were ready to prevent the big play.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw again. This is caught. Touchdown. Brandon Ayuk from 8 yards out. And the Niners continue to pull away here in this first half. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answers for that right there.
Extra point try now for Moody. And the lead is now 24. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception.
Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I'll overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Darnold from the gun. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now 3rd down and very long.
Here we go, son.
From the gun, it's Walker. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now they have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Throwing to start the drive. Purdy. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Jennings was the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete as well.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And this drive was almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on for the 5th time here today. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46. And the 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. Uchenna Nwosu. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Here we go, set.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Again, a good friend in football always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Let's go. Let's go.
They'll go for it. Here's Purdy. Being chased out left. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. A gutsy decision there at this stage in the second half in their own territory, and a decision that they might regret.
Can't wait for the postmortem. You know, this post-game press conference, because the questions are going to come fast and furious about this decision, no matter how the game turns out, right? What were you thinking there? Why? Did you have a certain play call? Were you confident in your defense? Oh, yeah. Why? It's going to keep coming up.
Yeah, no matter the scoreboard, just tough to justify. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 27.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll try for the first with Walker. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Myers' kick is good, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46. Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Back to throw. Purdy. And this is caught. Jennings. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. And even 50 yards. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Out of the gun, Purdy. And he holds it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Juwan Jennings with an amazing diving catch as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Moody good with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's Darnold. Escaping and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. Now here's Michael Dixon standing right on his own 5-yard line. Now 49er pressure, and they get it. It's blocked. Well, put that block on top of the nice lead that they have, and now it's trouble here in the 3rd quarter on the other sideline.
Well, I think it's more than trouble. They're just trying to figure out how to survive through this ball game now. They're about to really lay it down on them.
And they can just run some clock, get this thing to the 4th quarter, try to put it on cruise control. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. In motion, the tight end. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Throwing here, Purdy. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Looking to throw. Purdy. And it's caught on the deflection. And this is going to be a touchdown. Well, partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Previous play is under review.
At issue here, does the football make contact with the ground before he secured it? And I think some of these angles are going to give us a pretty good look.
Secured is the important part because the ball can touch the ground, but it can't be loose when it does. So that's what they're going to have to try and figure out.
Now Moody for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
You've got to be defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Here's Darnold. Got his man, and that's the rookie 4th-round pick. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18. To throw is Darnold. He completes this to Walker. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Here we go, set. Reset.
Back to throw, Darnold. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead,
he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Seahawks. Cooper Kupp, 45 yards. And the Seahawks are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well.
Oh, this is blocked. And the Niners have it, but he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule and there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now, much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points.
they can pick it up and take it.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive. Touchdown, 49ers! Christian McCaffrey, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers start to open this lead even wider here in the fourth.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Darnold now to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now Darnold. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he gets it down to the 32. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a nice design there. But sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's Walker. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
Holding offense.
The decision is to decline it and not give him the down back.
They might as well have sent a skywriter above the stadium saying, we don't think you can get the first down against our defense by that decision.
Now Darnold going to take it and just bat this one forward to his wideout. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end, and that play going nowhere. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Darnold. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Jason Myers for the Seahawks field goal.
Myers' kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And really a lot of guys you could highlight on this offense with how well they've played, but he's one of them. He's been spectacular so far.
I'd say he'd be the number one, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because it's not just the numbers. It's, as you said, I think you said focal point. Well, that's what he's been, and that means he's created other opportunities because they've had to bring the defense to him. He's run it really well. He's caught it out of the backfield. They're trying to stop him. That means there are chances for the rest of the guys to do damage themselves.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Down to about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
3rd and 5. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
It's complete, and this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line. And they'll accept that penalty. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now back to throw. And Walker has it. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. So the victory here for San Francisco, and we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about.